Hello. My name is Jackson Parodi. I'm a musician and I'm also a fan of professional wrestling. I have just put together a short publication called The Wrestling Real Book. What the Wrestling Real Book is a sheet music collection of 30 of pro wrestling's most iconic musical compositions. If you don't know what a real book is, it's a collection of tunes, usually jazz standards, that are published in lead sheet format. What a lead sheet is a tune's melody on a single staff with chord symbols above to tell you what the chord changes are. I won't go into further detail about how lead sheets work. I'm sure there are other websites that do that much better than I can. I was dismayed at the lack of quality sheet music out there for pro wrestling tunes. In the year of our current Lord, 2018, we should have access to quality, accurate sheet music for wrestling tunes. That was my goal with this book, to write out these tunes accurately to allow other musical wrestling fans to perform these tunes for the enjoyment of themselves and for others. My goal is to spread this music in playable format as much as possible. That was the objective. Now, with the way that I transcribe these tunes, you do not have to be 100% familiar with the original tune recordings, but I highly recommend it because the way I wrote it was for brevity's sake. I left out many details that I could have put in for the sake of being easy to read. That was my goal. So if you want to play these tunes, I highly suggest you study the original recordings first. And also, for the tunes that have lyrics, I don't have lyrics written out. So you got to find the lyrics yourself, especially for Kaze ni Nare because it's in Japanese. Right now, let's go down the list of tunes that are in this book, and I'll say a little bit about each one. Starting off with Kurt Angle's theme. It wasn't originally made for Kurt Angle, but he's made it famous, and you can add in the "You Sucks" if you prefer. Stone Cold Steve Austin, an absolute classic of the Attitude Era. You can't have a book like this without having Stone Cold Steve Austin. Being the Elite, the song Super Kick Party. It plays at the beginning of every Being the Elite episode. The actual song is way longer than this, but I just cut it down to the first couple of segments. Funny enough, the Bullet Club's theme. It's pretty simple, but you can make it as complicated as you like. John Cena, The Time Is Now. I wanted to include Basic Thugonomics, but just for space reasons, I just included his current theme. Your friends will love it. Play that for all your parties and such like that. D-Generation X, another classic of the Attitude Era. Gangrel's theme, or the theme for The Brood. This one might not be as popular as the other tunes in this publication, but I think it has kind of a cult following, and I think it's one of the Attitude Era's more impressive pieces of music. Gold Dust. For me, another absolute classic. I didn't write it out, but be aware that the main tune with the 16th notes, that is transposed to A sharp minor. I didn't write it out, but you can do it if you want. Bret Hart, Hitman. You got to have it in. You have to figure out how to do the opening guitar thing yourself. There's no way for me to write that out. You have to just figure it out. Hulk Hogan, Real American. Another absolute classic. You got to have it in there. Jeff Jarrett. Well, I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. I'm sure all the podcast fans out there will rejoice with that one. Kane. Kane's had a lot of different versions of his tune over the years. Probably the most famous variant is Slow Chemical, but I kept it very vanilla with, I don't know if it was the first one or one of the first ones, but it's a very simple variant of his theme. And I also included the guitar solos as kind of an example. They're in small notes, but it's just an example, and if you want to play them, how they originally were recorded. Kobashi Kenta. You can hear the audience right now clapping. Kobashi. It's the only all-Japan theme on this list, but for me, it's a classic of Japan. Brock Lesnar. I think this tune was originally used in the XFL, the first XFL, but it's kind of fun, and you can have fun with it. I included the opening guitar thing, which is sometimes removed, but it's there if you want to do it. Naito Tetsuya, one of my favorites of New Japan Pro Wrestling today. It's a very fun tune. Hopefully all y'all New Japan fans out there will enjoy playing it as well. The only wrestler to appear in this book twice, Shinsuke Nakamura. First up is his New Japan theme, Subconscious, and then his WWE theme, The Rising Sun, which they've since remixed and added the rap vocals to it, but I just included the original version that he used in NXT in the beginning of his main roster run. Both tunes very awesome. It's a great coincidence that Shinsuke happens to have two awesome tunes in his repertoire, but there you go. Next up, the NWO, New World Order. It's kind of a goofy tune. but I put it there anyway for all you NWO fans. I know you all still have your spray paint T-shirt in your closet somewhere. The Rainmaker, Okada Kazuchika. I really enjoyed the Wrestle Kingdom 12 video package where he's like in the warehouse and he flips the coin and the song starts. It's really, really, really cool. Funny enough, the Best Bout Machine up next, Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's theme is one of the more complicated tunes on this list. It's really kind of weird. I hope that I at least got close with my transcription, but it's kind of goofy. But once you get it, it's not that bad. Up next, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, The Rock. It's pretty simple, but you can have a lot of fun with it. Glorious Domination, the current theme of Bobby Roode. This is probably a fan favorite. Everyone loves to sing this song, and I liked writing it down, so hopefully you can play it and sing it with all your friends. If you want to do it with a choir, you have to do it with the full voiced out vocals. I just did like the top line, the main melody line, but you have to flesh it out if you want to do that. The Villain, Marty Scurll, one of my favorite themes of the modern day. It's pretty simple, so you have a lot of leeway with it to play it however you like. It's only 3 chords in the main part. And now, what is to me the crown jewel of this entire publication by Ayumi Nakamura, the entrance music to the King of Pro Wrestling, Minoru Suzuki. It is the one and only divine Kazaninare. I think it translates to something like Become the Wind or something like that. I tried extremely hard. I tried with all my might to write this thing out as accurately as possible because I had in the back of my head the thought that if I have even one note out of place, then I'm gonna hear a knock on my door from the King of Pro Wrestling, and he's gonna give me a heel hook until I cry. So that was my incentive. I really hope you guys enjoy this tune. I love this tune so much. It's so awesome, and everyone loves to sing Kazaninare and all that. Look up the lyrics if you'd like to sing it. There are lyrics out there written in Romaji, which is like Latin script, so you don't have to know the Japanese characters to sing along with it. They're out there, so you can look it up if you'd like. Up next is the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi, his current theme. He had an older theme for a bunch of years, but they changed it relatively recently, and so what I wrote down is his current theme, so be aware of that. And coming up next on page 19, The Ultimate Warrior! It's Warrior's theme. Up next, The Undertaker. The Undertaker is another guy who's had a bunch of different versions of his theme throughout the years, but I did the one that's called Rest in Peace, which is, I believe, his current one. But they're more or less all kind of similar, unless it's the one by, like, Limp Bizkit or whatever. The Undisputed Era, at the time of this recording, the current NXT Tag Team Champions. This theme is very, very new. The guys only came into NXT less than a year ago, not that long ago. But I think this tune has made its impression as a modern classic. It is so funky, and I think if you play it, you'll agree. Up next, it's Vader time. This is Mastodon, Vader's WWF theme. Unfortunately, at the time of this recording, July 2018, Vader sadly passed away not too long ago, so I had that in the back of my head when I was putting this together. But without a doubt, Vader's theme will bring joy to many for years to come. And to finish off the Wrestling Real Book, we have Sami Zayn's theme. It's pretty fast. It's kind of sort of ska flavored, but it's very fun, and you'll enjoy playing it. And that, my friends, wraps up all the tunes on the Wrestling Real Book. You will find in the description and the top comment down below a Mediafire.com link to the free PDF of the Wrestling Real Book. Again, I'll say it one more time. In the description and the top comment, there will be a Mediafire.com link to a free PDF. It's free. Don't pay money for it. If there are any comments or concerns about this publication, please feel free to contact me on Twitter at Jackson Parodi or via email at jacksonaparodi@gmail.com. If you found any mistakes, any errors, anything that needs my attention, let me know. And finally, this is version 1.0. If I update it, then I'll just change the links to updated versions. But I'm not opposed to adding more tunes to this book. So if you guys want sheet music for any wrestling tunes that aren't in this book, then let me know. And if there's a big enough clamor, then maybe I'll release Real Book 2.0. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Please enjoy the book. I really hope you enjoy playing this music as much as I do. And take care.